Hello. This is actually just, again, one of my classic videos, which is just for me to save time. But I think a lot of people will find this really interesting because I'm going to be sending this video to a lot of clients as well because I'm getting a lot of conversations going around and kind of sharing my perspectives on IDD, why I'm recommending to a lot of my clients to get them, and why that is, the numbers behind it. So yeah, it's going to be, I don't think it'll be a massively long video, but I do think that it's not the way the whole industry is not going to, well, I think it's going to change the industry, but it's not going to change the way everyone practices. But I do think that it's going to be something you want to get in on early. Even though I say early, even though it's been a thing for around 15 years in the UK, but it's now definitely on an upward trajectory now. And firstly, I wanted to show you what an IDD is, if you don't know what it is, and I'm not the most qualified person for this sort of thing, but I have a limited understanding of it, which is that it's spinal decompression. Now, this is actually Steve, so he's the distributor of IDD in the UK. So we work very closely with Steve with like a lot of our clients that we're doing IDD with. And so yeah, this is what the device looks like. Let me see if there's like, practically it's just, yeah, got like a pull. This is like the pulling mechanism here. And then it will help with discs is the main thing it helps with. But if you want to do your own research and stuff, definitely do so, because I'm not qualified to be talking about this and explaining how it works to a very high degree. But I do know how to market it, and I do know the benefits of it on the financial reasons. Also, from what I've heard from clients, I personally haven't used this or had to have one of these. But from clients, they're saying they're getting extremely good results, and they're getting a completely different type of patient from doing IDD, which is nice because it gives you diversification. Diversification is nice because you can help more people, but also for you as a clinic, it means you have less risk. So I want to first map out the points I want to go through, and then I'm going to actually go into detail for each one. So the first one is IDD or an associate. Okay, might be spelled associate wrong there, but either way, we move. Then we got number 2. The maths. Okay, number 3 is going to be the side benefit. And number 4 is going to be the investment. Oh, and there's another one I wasn't even thinking about. All these just come off the top of my head, but the next one is actually number 5, future-proofing. I'm actually really excited to record this video. I love talking about this. Cool. So let's start with IDD or an associate. Now, firstly, it's not like you can only, if you have an IDD, you can't get an associate. It's just that I've been having conversations with practices that are thinking about getting associates, or usually they're thinking about getting their first associate. And if you're a practice who's thinking about getting your first associate, it might be worth thinking about, okay, maybe is IDD going to be a good fit or not? Because I think most people watching this video would have heard the maths behind having an associate. You're usually going to lose money for the first 6 months. Then after that 6 months, they still with you. So let's probably actually do like a little graph here between like advantages and disadvantages. So we'll go associate and we'll go IDD. Okay? And then for each one, we'll have advantages and disadvantages. So we've got add and dis, and then add and dis. I've never actually done the star before, but hopefully it'll work. We'll see how it goes. So associate disadvantages: 6 months to be profitable. Okay. Then you have the big disadvantage, which is they can leave. And take the patients with them. Also, by the way, I'm not against getting an associate. Like I've crunched numbers. I think it makes a lot of sense to get an associate. I'm just saying this is another option. And I think it's good for people to be able to see their options, okay? So I'm definitely not against getting an associate. We work with many practices that are very successful associates. I just think there is another arm that you can do to, because practitioners, the owners actually, are taking lots of risk here. So I think they should be able to have some sort of advantages, and I think IDD gives that a little bit. So you've got, they can leave the position and take patients with them. I haven't spelled that very nicely and very clearly, but you know what I mean. And then let's go through some of the advantages of IDD. So advantages of IDD are bigger care plans, because you're helping people with very, very big, usually very chronic problems. So I think you can sell care plans for like $1,600 as long as it's medically indicated. So that obviously really helps with cash flow. We're going to go through the maths in a minute. And then I don't want to go through all my points because I've got all these here, which are all going to go through the advantages of IDD. Obviously, disadvantages of IDD is you do still need to hire. You need to hire someone, but it doesn't need to be someone who is as qualified an associate. So there's more supply. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that it's going to be someone with a level 4 qualification. It might even be level 3. So you can have, I think, a physio, sports therapist, and they can put them on the device. However, it does require that. So you still have to pay someone. So you still have to employ someone. But again, this is probably leading to an advantage, is that you can pay someone, you could even do minimum wage. I think most of the people are paying them like £15 an hour to, I'll just explain this rather than writing it out. So you pay them £15 an hour to manage the patient on the device. When they're on there, the device is everything. They just need to make sure that they connect the belt correctly. Obviously, I don't understand the whole mechanism behind it. Once they are on the device, they can just probably do paperwork or other things at the same time. So you're paying £15 an hour, but the patient's going to pay like £80, £90 an hour. So it's a much bigger split. Like if we do the maths on that, I think it would be like they're getting 25% roughly. So rather than getting 50% like the classic associate, they're getting 25%. So again, way more profitable. And also, another point on like you need to employ someone being a disadvantage, I actually see it as an advantage, is that if they leave, the patients don't leave with them because the patients are coming for the device. So we're gonna go through this in a bit. Obviously, I won't go through the advantages of having an associate. We all know that it means that you can see more patients, you can be profitable, you can have a big impact in the community, you can change their life. So there's lots of advantages, obviously, to having an associate. But this is why potentially it might be worth thinking about maybe I should get an IDD for the first rather than getting an associate, because the main one is they're not going to run down the road, and then all these other advantages that are coming up here. So that's my first point. I am holding back a little bit here because I know that a lot of my other points are going to lead into, maybe this is why I should get maybe I'll call this video why you should get an IDD rather than your first associate. A bit controversial though, maybe. Might get in trouble for that one. I rubbed that out because it looked a little bit messy, but we'll leave that there. So then let's go through the maths. Now, I just need to have a think. I'm going to use hypothetical numbers here because I'm just going to actually check on the IDD website if it says how much an IDD is on the website. I'm not going to mention how much it is just because I don't think it's the best way of doing it. If you want to know exact prices, then you can just go to Steve directly. But I will crunch the numbers with you. So we're finding that clients that are doing Facebook and Instagram advertising with IDD are getting very, very good return on investments. And it's kind of obvious as to why. So What you can do with IDD is just offer, let's say, for example, a £59 initial consult. Now, because of the way we do our ads, and I can't go into this in too much detail because it would take too long, but the way you do the ads, you target very, very specific types of people, so the quality is really good. Now, let's say you spend £1,000 on ads, and then let's just say you've got a £50 cost per patient. So that's your CAC, cost to acquire a customer. So you're getting 20 patients, okay? So you're getting 20 initial consults. Okay, let's say out of those 20 initial consults, let's say that only 50% of these people convert, which is quite low. So we do 20 divided by 0.5 equals 10, okay? So you've got 10 people converting onto a care plan that is 1,600. 1,600 times 10 equals, obviously, 16,000. Now, I can for sure tell you, and this is why I love it so much, and this is why you probably should ask Steve if you are genuinely interested when we go through this. You're like, oh, this seems good. It's not this much per month to have an IDD. And what this allows you to do is like you can consistently do this on a monthly basis, bringing in £16,000 of new cash, easily paying off your marketing, easily paying off the machine, which again, we're going to go through the side of it being an investment / asset in a minute. And you're spending 1,000 to get 16,000 back, which is a 1 to 16, which is not unfeasible. So this is really, really cool about it. I just absolutely love that you're able to get return investments like this because of the size of care plans that you're doing, but also because of the impact you're having. You're genuinely changing people's lives in another way, to a big degree as well. The results they're getting on these devices are really, really, really high. So we've kind of gone through, okay, you're going to be able to get a good return on investment directly from the care plan straight away. The cool thing about this is that, like chiropractic or physio, they need maintenance as well. So you can actually, the LTV of people from IDD can easily be 3K. So then again, here, you're looking at like a 1 to 30, not a 1 to 16, which is still insane. You're getting a 1 to 30. What we're finding as well is that I've probably put this CAC at 50 way too high, because right now we're seeing that because IDD is new, people haven't seen it, you're getting a lower cost to acquire a customer than chiro, physio. So you could be acquiring clients for 20 to 30 pounds. But obviously then you just want to make sure you're having good friction, so you're getting good quality. But it's because people haven't seen this before. There's people looking for solutions actively and they never heard of IDD. And so when you can interrupt their day, you're getting such low cost per lead. It's some of the lowest campaigns you're running in terms of cost per lead IDD is right now for something that is the highest price, because people have seen chiro, physio, osteopathy ads for a long time on Facebook and Instagram. It's not a new thing, whereas when something new comes to market, it gets a lot of attention. So it gives you another arm as well to your marketing, so that diversification of your marketing. It's not that ads don't work, they definitely do. We've done many videos on why ads work for chiros, physios, osteopaths, but it's just that other arm of, okay, now we can have a different modality treatment that we can offer to advertise on the front end. And the cool thing about it is that obviously we've mentioned here that you're only going to get 10 conversions, okay? But these other 10 people are usually absolutely great fit for chiro, physio, osteopathy. And so then you have the chance of downselling them onto a smaller plan. So maybe they're not able to afford the 1,600 plan that we've got here. So then what they do is they go onto a 12-session care plan of £40, which is £480. So again, working away at even better return on investment, because it's like, okay, well, if we do, let's say we get another 5 of these, then it's like, okay, well, we've just got another practically £2,000 or something like that. So it's like, there's so many ways to make really, really big return on investments here, because it's like the patients don't convert onto a care plan of IDD, can convert into a care plan of your other modalities, and then they could even go and see the sports therapist that we mentioned up here that you would need to hire anyway if you're too busy as a practitioner doing visits and consults and stuff with your referral base. So again, if you are like someone who's at capacity but wants to have like another way of making money, this could be a great way of doing it. Now, these numbers, we could break it down way more. If we were to jump on a call, obviously I could break it down specifically for your practice, but just giving you a few ideas, getting the ideas flowing. Now, the side benefit, okay, that's what I just went through. This was the side benefit, I'm jumping ahead. So the side benefit is the additional let's say Cairo, let's just say it's Cairo in this example. Cairo care plans you sell from the patients you get for IDD. Little water break midway through. So this can then drive again if you're spending £1,000 a month on like this here, 100% very, very, very easily can pay for your entire advertising spend. Probably your whole entire marketing really. So if you look at it, if we go, you've got 10 patients that weren't a good fit for IDD with the example we did above, it could easily be more than this. And then let's say that 50% of them convert onto a care plan, which is the maths we did a minute ago. Then that means you're going to get 5 people, 5 times 480. What was the maths of that specifically? 5 times 480, because I would be curious to know. It's going to be 5 times 480 equals 2,400. This is perhaps going to pay for your entire marketing if you include what we're going to be doing for you. Before you've even done the IDD. So this is why it's so cool, because it's like you just have these options that you just don't have if you just have one option for people. And this is not a really high care plan, and this does not include the maintenance and the referrals and the reviews and the compound effect of it all. So this is great. So this is just like a side benefit. You've got another 2.4k a month, not including all that's just care plan revenue, not even the LTV. Gosh, I'm thinking about buying IDD. And then you've got, okay, there's 2 options when you buy IDD. I don't think Steve will mind me sharing this. You have the first option, which is that you just buy outright, or you have the second option, which is that you do it on finance, which is what most of our clients are doing. So you just pay it off. It's very, very easy to just do it on a monthly basis. And what that means is that every month, this is a very random number, okay? This is not the number. Intentionally, this is not the number. But let's just say it's 1,000 per month, okay? So we've already gone through that, okay, well, even if it was £1,000 a month, you're still going to be profitable, okay? The good thing is it's not, but so £1,000 per month. Now, this £1,000 here is what you're paying, okay? So imagine, like, if we go back to the original point, which is like IDD or an associate. If an associate was bringing you in £16,000 a month, which is what this can do, you're going to be paying them 8k a month, okay? If this is 1,000, this is bringing you in 16k a month, and you're giving it 1,000. You're like, this machine, this device is like, it's getting 7% of what it's bringing in for you in a month. But also, this 7% is not wasted. You're buying an asset. It's just like a mortgage, or it's just like a house. It's like every single time you pay a month, you're getting an asset, because an asset is something that drives profit. It generates its own income, which is what this is. So you're literally buying an asset. So after however long it is until you would have paid it off, maybe it takes you a year, maybe it takes you 2 or 5 or 10, you then have an asset that then you could sell, or you're going to be able to make money on and not have to pay this £1,000 on. And you won't have that from an associate. So 5 years later, if you've paid an associate 250k, you have nothing to show of it. But if you've bought again, this is not the numbers of the device, but let's say the device is 100k. 5 years later, you have a £100,000 device that you can then make money off or sell, have diversification of, or you could even sell your practice and have the IDD as part of it. That's what some people are planning on doing. It gives you so many advantages and just like, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just like business, lovely. It's great. So you're buying an asset. It's exactly like buying a chiropractic bench. It's going to make you money. So it's worth it. It's an asset. And then you can sell your chiropractic bench. Probably loads of people watching this video have probably sold a chiropractic bench before. You can sell an IDD as well. So that's good. And it's also tax deductible, obviously. Paying this back. So it could almost be like, some people could probably view it as a like retirement plan. It's like you just got this money just like here that's then generating it for you. It's just so cool. And then the final one is future proofing. Okay. This is actually a huge one. And this is why secretly, if you're one of my clients and you're watching this, really do take this point seriously. I'm recommending this to you because eventually IDD will be extremely national. It already is national. It's already a global thing actually. But there can only probably be a certain amount of IDDs in your area. Now, obviously, if someone already has an IDD in your area, it doesn't mean you can't get one. But realistically, not every single practice is going to have an IDD. So if you get in on this early, especially if you look around, like Jake, Neil, I did a client interview with him recently. He's just bought an IDD. He mentioned this in the interview. He's the first person in his area to get an IDD. So realistically now, if you're someone in Jake's area, you're going to think twice about getting an IDD. So that means that all this low-hanging fruit, if you go back to one of my previous videos, you have like people who are problem aware. Like this is your market. All of this low-hanging fruit, there's loads of it in your market, you can just whoop, pick it up straight away. And so 6-12 months of just no competition, just you. And then it means that if someone else is thinking about getting an IDD, they're going to think twice if you've already got it. But then also that it works the way around. If there's someone in your area right now that has an IDD, but then say in 6 months' time, you then buy one right now after watching this video, and I'm not saying you have to buy one right now, but just had a conversation. But say you didn't buy one in the next couple of months, and then someone else in 6 months goes and buys one, well then this puts you as the person who's getting the negative on the future-proofing side. So if you're watching this video, this is a warning of you either have a chance of capitalising on opportunity or going, damn, okay, this person's now adding another 15k, 20k, even if they bought a second device, because people have 2 or 3 of these in the UK, 40k, 60k per month. It's going to make it quite hard for you to then come in and become the go-to IDD provider, because if someone is advertising it, they're doing something like with us, we're doing a lot of awareness advertising, they're going to be that person's first touch point with IDD. So if 6 months later someone wants to go to IDD, they're probably going to go to the first person they saw. It's just the anchoring bias, I believe, is the correct one. So future-proofing, you want to lock in your area. And the future-proofing as well is like, this machine is not going to run down the road and go set up a clinic 10 miles away and then take the patients they're already seeing that you paid to acquire. It's like, there's so many advantages to this, and it's not either or, it's just both. And we've already mentioned how like the side benefit, maybe these patients go to the associate you get, so you don't need to do specific Facebook ad marketing for your chiropractors. You just do IDD, and then the chiropractors get their plan sold from the side benefit of the initial consults for the IDD marketing you're doing, which is what you can do. This can work, and it could literally build an entire associate's diary from just the side benefit of doing IDD. It's just so cool. Anyway, I hope you found this video as cool as I do. I just find this to be the meeting's ending because of inactivity. Keep meeting active so I don't lose this. Now, if you have questions, you can obviously reach out to Steve, or you can reach out to me and I can connect you. And I don't even get, obviously there is some sort of referral commission. I actually don't know, but usually what we're doing is actually you're probably going to use us as marketing. So if you were to get an IDD, we would help you market it, and that's where we get the benefit. Obviously, there is some sort of bias towards me here because we're getting clients really good results with IDD, and I want more people to be able to do that with us. And I believe what they're doing for the space and what they're able to help practitioners able to achieve and not be so reliant on their associates, have more security in their life is great. And I genuinely, like, hopefully you can see that these benefits all make a lot of sense. And if they don't, I'm more than happy to jump on a call. Like, there's calendars all around it. You can just book in a strategy session, and we can jump on it and we can just talk through it, and I can see if it's a good fit financially for you. Like, I crunch the numbers with you in terms of like how it works and like what sort of results you can get for patients. That's not my expertise, but in terms of actually getting this profitable for you and getting it, making you successful with IDD, we can definitely help you out with that. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and see you in the next one. Peace.